Let's go, UW. Speaking of receivers, you see Eli Rogers kind of go off on Seven's boy Switzer.
No, I did not. Shout out to Eli. Though. I did see him tweeting. I think it was this weekend. Yeah, every once in a while, like he'll pop up, man. It'd be like Bill Wright. He always changes like Twitter handle, man. But nah, shout out to my dog, Believe Eli Rogers, man. This is the battle of the slots, huh? Dang, Eli versus Switzer. I mean, what they beefing about? I don't know.
Eli Rogers laments Steelers keeping Ryan Switzer over him in 2019. They still haven't told me why.
You know why? What are we talking about?
I did everything better than him on the field. That was clear, and I love Ryan Switzer. He's a good guy.
Man, you know why they kept him, bro. Come on, man.
I thought I saw he said something else, too.
Did Switz have a response?
I didn't see that. No.
Yeah. No, in all seriousness, man.
Why you got to bring that up now?
Yeah, I mean,
It's really random.
yes and no. As a player, it's never random because as a player, this is your life. This would be like,
He's not wrong. He
Yeah.
was better than Switzer.
Right.
There's no question about it.
but think about it and think about his life and the trajectory has been on since that decision. We talk about making in the NFL. It's like a life's work, bro. Like you dedicate so much time, you sacrifice so many years to then get here. And now essentially you lose your spot and it wasn't performance related. That's some of the stuff where it will really have you questioning life. Like, bro, like, how did that happen? What you mean you released me and I outplayed it or I was better but the politics of football, man, is real. Like if the team wanted to go in a different direction or they felt like this guy was better in, his relationship with a certain player and that player mattered a lot more, then it's like, yo, you make that move like that. But for Eli, man, I mean, I get it. I could definitely understand it.
There was another tweet. I thought I saw another one.
No.
He said, "Boy, I have so many stories about that guy and ass kissing that you are probably right. Honestly, I was young and didn't understand the game, but that's one thing I wasn't willing to do."
Yeah.
Tweeted Rogers.
No, and that's some of the stuff when you talk about Eli Rogers. It was actually another receiver during that same time frame where I felt like both of them dudes kind of struggled with that. But I feel like it was also because of having an AB in the locker room and those dudes gravitating a lot more to AB. And you've heard me and TG jokingly say this numerous times because this is what we would actually say. You're not AB. You can't do what AB does. You can't act like how AB acts. AB never kissed anyone's butt at that facility. When AB felt some type of way, AB was going to let you and anybody that felt some type of way about it know. You can't do that if you're not AB, though. So what he's talking about of, yo, I wouldn't do that. It's like, yeah, we've seen that. And it's like, yo, try to tell him like, hey, man, you not that. Not yet. We think you got talent. We think you dope. But that's AB. AB can show up when he want to show up. AB can talk how he want to talk. AB can operate how he wants to operate. But it's AB. And I just feel like for him, he kind of fell into that trap a little bit.
Okay.
So when you bring in a Ryan Switzer, Switzer's not going to operate like that. Switzer's doing it like you just said it, right? Checking all the boxes off. Doing all the little things right. Trust me, man. I've had that moment, man, where you're like, bro, I can't stand this coach. I can't stand him. But I got to make sure I show up to this extra meeting, even though I know already the stuff that's in here. Because if I don't, they're going to look at this and say, oh, he's not committed. Let's go shopping. Or he's not committed. Let's go with this other player instead of you. You're like, bro, I already know what we're doing.
That's what I was about to ask. Does that have to be
Yeah.
considered ass kissing versus just doing your job?
Some of it is because you're like, bro, I don't need to be in this meeting. This meeting is for this player right here. But because this player is a little bit higher up, we all got to show up. Even though I already know this. So that's the egg kicking. That's the part right there where you're like, bro, I don't need to be here. But why do I show up? Because if I don't show up, but he shows up, how does that look for me? Dang, you too busy to show up to get better? You too busy for the extra work? You could be doing the same exact thing. You could, in fact, be doing double that. But the perception is you're not here because he is. And when he's here, and what does he say? Hey, coach, what are you doing on the backside of cover 3? Oh, well, if you're in the slot, you're going to run the vertical because that's the card. They can't cover the 4 vert. That's you. He probably already knows that. But in those moments, you ask that question because what does it do to the coach? He's invested. He's paying attention. He's asking questions. That's what him and other people have, when you talk about some of that stuff like in the league, bro, it rubs people the wrong way at times. But certain players, you have to do that type of stuff to maintain favor, to find a way to scratch a score to get that last roster spot. Like some people have to do that. It doesn't roll well with everybody though, because there's definitely times where I've been in that room like, bro, like, why are you acting like that, bro? Like, not to Switzer specifically, but guys I've played with, and you're like, bro, you don't got to do that. Like, if you go out here and make a play, bro, you ain't got to come in here and suck up to this dude. Just go out there and make a play. But that's the stuff that if you're not making the plays, you got to do that. And if you're not the guy, you got to do that,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's probably like, you just got to play the game, man. We say play the game. That's what we call it. Play the game. Just play the game with them, bro. The guys that can play the game, typically, you're able to buy yourself an extra year or two. Honestly. The guys that can't play the game and they talk like how Eli, like he said, bro, I wasn't going to do that. That's what he said. I wasn't going to do that. Okay, well, if you're not going to do that and you're not the best player at this position, well, what are we going to, all right, man, all right, I'm going to find somebody that will do it. Because it's a lot easier to find another Eli Rogers that will be like a Ryan Switzer in terms of doing all the extra than it is to find the AB, right? So it's like, man, all right, I know I got that. I can easily replace this, though. And that's why one stayed here a lot longer. We put up with way more stuff. And the other guy, we saw it. It didn't last as long.
Yeah, we'll just draft another receiver in the third round or something.
Yeah, but that's the reality of it, man. And as a player, more so as a man, you have to be able to swallow your pride and your ego in those moments. But it's very hard because everything that we've done our whole life has been we bet on ourselves. So the pride that I have for my game, my ego for my game, bro, you can't nobody ever tell me I'm trash because of how much I believed in myself to get there. So for a guy like Eli, it's the exact same. Maybe even more because at least I got drafted. He was undrafted. So you feel even harder about it.
Or even just the thought like, I need help to make this team.
You see what I'm saying?
As opposed to like, I could just, my play's going to speak for itself.
I'm nice enough to make it. It's like, but you can make it because you did that and that and that. That's some of the stuff that everybody isn't going to buy into. Like, bro, I ain't about to kitchen. I ain't doing all that, bro. Like, I'm nice. All right, well, F it then. I'd rather go somewhere else. But the problem is, everywhere's the same. In the sense of, you're going to have to play the game. Yes, sir. No, sir. All right, coach, I'm going to sit here and I laugh at your little joke. All right, I'm going to ask this question right here. All right, I'm going to show up to all your lecture meetings, even though I know more than you might even know. I'm going to show up to all this. Like, you got to do it. You got to. Unless you're the guy.
I feel like this. You probably can compare that to everyone's job.
Absolutely.
Really.
Think about it, man.
Corporate America, whatever it is.
If you work in corporate America and you got the guy that goes in there and does all the little cool stuff for the boss, does all the little brownie points for the stuff, he's gonna stay around a lot longer. Versus the hardtail that's like, no, I ain't doing that because I'm me. I ain't. You calling at me? I ain't gonna be there. Okay. Keep not showing up to the voluntary stuff you want to. You have all the free time you need. That's typically how it works. But I get it though, because as a man, the pride is real, bro. It's definitely been times where I'm like, man, I'm not going. All right. Don't go if you want to, man.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.